steps are made of these bases. There's actually only 4 different bases: A, T, G, and Z. Adenosine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. And the order that those bases come in are what your genes are made of. Information about how to build you basically comes from 4 letters in different arrangements over and over again. Billions of these bases specify how to make an entire living thing. That's what the DNA code is. All right, the last new material we need to cover is something pretty simple, and it's called a pedigree diagram. A pedigree diagram is basically a set of symbols that can be used to show relationships within a family and which people in a family have certain traits. It's a tool used for sort of tracing the history of certain diseases or certain traits through a family. We use different symbols to represent people in a pedigree. We use a square to represent males and a circle to represent females. Help you remember, females produce eggs, eggs are round. It does. And when we shade in the symbol, that indicates that that person has whatever trait we're talking about. And we connect the symbols in different ways depending on the relationship between people. Now, connected directly side to side in this way, what do you think that means? Yeah, if they're married, or even if they were not married, they had children together, and then you would connect the children down below them.
I see.
What about if they're connected in this way?
Siblings?
Yeah, they're siblings. Who's going to be up here?
Parents.
Yeah, the parents would be up here. Pretty simple, right?
Wait. How did? Okay, so there's the 2, and then it roots from one line though.
Here?
The 2 children root
Yeah.
from one
Up
line.
here would be the next, a line across with their 2 parents.
What? Then why is it go from one?
What's that?
He says, why does it only go from one line?
Because the line, for example, if these 2 people had children, the line would extend down and then to their children. One line. All right, so let's look at a simple example here. In this first one, we're talking about the colorblindness as a trait. So a man that is colorblind marries a woman that is not colorblind. All right, a man that is colorblind, what symbol would he get based on what we just said?
Colored in square.
Yes, shaded in square. It's a man, so it's a square. He has the trait we're discussing, so it gets shaded. His wife gets connected straight next to him, but not filled in because she's not colorblind. We have 3 children. Where are their children going to go?
Down.
Below them. They get connected sort of up and over. Okay, there is a boy who is colorblind. Raymond, what symbol will he get?
Oh, she's in square.
A shaded in square. There are 2 girls. Neither of them are colorblind. Annika, what symbols should we give them?
A circle with unshaded.
Yeah, unshaded circles. And here we have the pedigree for this family. Yeah?
If this is our quiz, will we have to go any further? Like the grandparents maybe?
Yep. So here we have 2 generations of individuals. First generation, second generation. Now, colorblindness is a trait that is more common in men than it is women. And so sometimes people get a little confused about colorblindness. It's not that a person sees in black and white usually. That's an extreme case, okay? But colorblindness generally is a difficulty distinguishing between different types of colors. And there are many different types of colorblindness. Now, maybe a lot of you have taken a test for colorblindness, maybe when you go to the eye doctor. And what they do is they show you these various pictures and ask you sometimes to identify numbers in them. Now, there's various types of colorblindness. You know, you have normal vision where you can see all the colors and distinguish, and then various types of colorblindness. And here's, for example, what a person with normal vision would see looking at a variety of colored pencils. Okay, sometimes there's red-green colorblindness where it's difficult to tell, distinguish between the two. Okay. Other times, and that's what you see here. Other times, there's an even wider inability to distinguish sort of those reddish colors. Other times, it's between sort of blue and purple. So there's various types of colorblindness. Here's some of the tests that they give. And now it doesn't reproduce great on the overhead, but what they will ask is, okay, what number, can you see a number here?
Yes.
And if you can distinguish here between these green shades and red, you can see there, what number? 10.
42.
57.
7. 6.
That was 6, 45.
6.
I don't know.
That's 6. It's much clearer on the computer screen.
56. 2. 3. 8.
8.
I can't see myself.
So again, what you see there?
57 or 30.
Yeah, that one is a double. So there's a 57. Okay. It comes up easier on the overhead. That it's up. There's also 35 and an alternate color. All right.
Guess what?
What?
My 6th grade teacher was colorblind.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So let's do another example here. We will get a little more complicated. All right, couple has 4 children. Mother is a widow's peak. Father does not. There's 2 female children with the widow's peak. 2 do not. Draw the pedigree. It's on the board.
What?
All right.
You know, I'm not ready.
Couple has 4 children. The mother has a widow's peak. Maya, what symbol will she get?
A circle that's colored in.
Yes, a colored in circle. Father does not. Emily?
A square not shaded in.
Yeah, plain square. Connected side to side. Okay, the children go under here. Okay, 2 female children with the widow's peak. Olivia, what do they get? 2 shaded circles. A boy that does not. Go on.
Oh, you want the blank square?
And a girl that does not.
That is a girl like
I know. A girl does not shade.
not shaded in stuff.
Yes. All right. Any questions? Does everyone understand how to do these?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to skip several examples because they're all basically the same. You can do these for practice if you wish, but they're fairly simple. I want to get to one last one that's a little more challenging. It's not usually. Okay, turn over the back of your packet. It's blank. Now, this is more challenging because we have multiple generations. So, I want you to read this on the overhead and draw the pedigree. Let me give you one tip though. It starts off telling you about Joe. Later on, it will tell you about his parents and grandparents. So you need to make sure what? Don't put Joe at the very top of your paper. You're going to need some room above him. So go ahead, test yourself, see if you can do this.
Joe is a male, we're assuming.
Yes. All right, shh. Anthony, be quiet and do it. Another couple minutes. All right. Joe has hitchhiker's thumb. Tanya, what symbol does Joe get?
Joe gets it colored in square.
Colored in square.
No.
All right. His father has a straight thumb, and his mom shares Joe's trait. So where do they need to go? Anthony.
Above him.
Above him. Okay, so we'll put his fingers here. All right. What does his father get, Anthony? What symbol?
A square that's not shaded.
Right, a blank square. His mom, what symbol does she get? Megan?
Colored in circle.
Yeah, she has hitchhiker's thumb. She gets a colored in circle. All right, Joe has two brothers. They don't have hitchhiker's thumb. Sebastian, what symbol do they get?
Square that's blank.
Plain square. Where are they going to go?
Next to Joe.
Next to Joe. Well, we connect them sort of over, up and over. His two sisters do. Matthew, what symbol are they going to get? Well, if they're girls and they do have the symbol, what symbol do we use? They do have the trait. Yep.
Be colored in circles.
Yes, two circles colored in. Now you may have put them on the other side of Joe. That's fine. The order is not really important as long as they're connected in the proper way. All right. The problem is that next we're going to talk about Joe and his wife, so you need some space. Oh no, Joe learns that his father's mother had hitchhiker's thumb. So here's Joe, here's his father. His mother's going to go up here. Okay, she has it, his father does not. All right, Joe marries a woman with straight thumbs. Jan, what symbol is she going to get?
Blank circle.
A blank circle? Yes. They have children. They go beneath them. So Joe's children are born. Two daughters have straight thumbs. Noreen?
They both are not colored.
Okay, straight thumbs are not colored in circles? Straight, one son has hitchhiker's thumb, Caitlin,
Shaded in square.
and the other has a straight thumb, Sierra.
Not shaded in square.
Yes. All right, and that's what this pedigree should look like. Again, it's basically the same. You just have more people, more